Hello everyone and welcome to QualityOldGames. Today we are having the final test episode in the How Good Is series for campaign in very hard difficulty in Rome Total War. And we are testing Hurlers. And basically because they do get one experience from the temple from which they are trained, they will be tested with that experience, though the cost of the units will be the cost of the basic units, that's 400. So these upgrades are kind of free. Which raises rather an interesting question regarding all of the units. Because usually when you get, for example, Urban Cohorts, you tend to have some blacksmiths in your settlement. And perhaps if you are playing as Scipii or Brutii, some temples that upgrade the units. So my question to you is, should those upgrades be included in the test? For example, if the unit requires tier 5 settlement, then... that's going to take a bit of a beating rather soon. So then, for example, tier 4 upgrades would be included. So thus, for example, these guys would not have any additional upgrades, but for example, chosen swordsmen would have +1 weapon upgrades from blacksmith. Or, for example, the Urban Cohorts would have +1 weapon upgrades and +1 armor upgrades from armorsmith and blacksmith. And if you are playing as Brutii, then they would have +3 experience from the temples. Or the other choice is to just have the basic units, and if the building from which they are built provides some bonuses, for example experience, like for this unit, then the unit can enjoy those benefits. But I will leave that up to you. So, let's see, these are fast-moving units, so basically they should be able to stay ahead of the Eastern Infantries. Okay, go, 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 go. Go, go, go. Ah! That skirmish mode can be more than a bit painful at times. But, I mean, that's part of the game. Perhaps we will try to take on those. What you guys are doing... okay. So I guess we should try to strike at these. We are breaking that one over there. Those are wavering. Let's see if we could break the enemy general as well.
The enemy warlord shows his worth. Nothing. Any of our warriors would die rather than run. Attack quickly! You have killed the enemy general. Now his men show fear. Now they may turn and run. Attack! Attack!
Okay. I think we are correctly chain routing them. So should be rather nice victory. Yeah.
Victory is victory, no matter how close. The dead lie all around, but you have prevailed.
And the issue in this battle is that the pillar range probably is rather equal to our missiles. So that's a bit of an issue. Okay, just try to throw those heads. Use your heads, guys. No, they are not using their heads, but they are eating the pillar. Okay, finally. Some progress. Yeah, I don't think you should run any further. Oh, they are making testudo. Unfortunately, they are facing the wrong direction, but I mean, the idea is good. Or then perhaps not, because now they are really clumped up, but I guess one just cannot have everything from the AI. Uh-oh. Move, move, move.
The enemy warlord flees from our warriors. Attack and drive them back in the same way.
It's a really shame if we lose this unit. Okay, nice. So you guys go chasing that, and you chase that, and you come over here. We will make sure that
You have killed the enemy
these
general.
guys are
Now
not
his men
actually
show
coming
fear.
back to
Now
haunt
they may
us.
turn and run. Attack! Attack!
Okay, and I think we are ready to wipe out the last remaining. Okay, wavering already. I think we might have this one with relative ease. Yeah.
The enemy are crushed like beetles beneath your heel. This is a stunning victory!
Okay, so this might be the roughest test for the unit. And to be honest, I'm not fully certain what would be the best formation for this test. But, I mean, this works rather well in Medieval 2, and actually relatively well in Warhammer 3 as well. So let's see how we will do. And we don't have that rallying horn. Yeah, okay. It doesn't work that well in here. Yeah, so then again they are missile units against cavalry and they have short range, so you cannot expect too much. Okay, this might very well be another matchup that's going to be rather brutal for these guys, because they are outranged, but perhaps we could force the enemy into melee, where just perhaps we could have the advantage. Let's see. At least the war cry. Okay. Okay, so that flank is not doing too well. Nor that. But perhaps this could be, okay, winnable, but those enemies are starting to rally, so looking a bit bad at the moment. I could have chased them off the map, but then again we would have received some free hits from this, so perhaps ranged units are just better against shorter ranged units.
Your warlord runs from the enemy. Why should our warriors fight for an old woman like him?
Yeah, they did put up a good fight, but eventually the range and the numbers were just too much for them. So I think this will be another one rather difficult matchup. The question is, can we actually close enough to start firing? That's the deciding factor. We have gotten some shots off, but it's looking a bit bad. Yeah.
Your warlord is a cowardly old woman, not concerned with dying like a warrior. He runs. The enemy.
Yeah, that was quite decisive. Okay, let's see about this. So basically, the Legionary Cavalry is the most dangerous foe by far. And I think we should try to focus on it, no matter what. it must be taken down first, because if it gets a flanking or rear charge, we will lose. And we might actually even lose if it gets a frontal charge. The AI is actually running us in circles. Okay. That was some maneuvering. And there they come. Okay, that's not good. We don't want to get into melee with Urban Cohorts.
The enemy warlord flees from our warriors. Attack and drive them back in the same way.
So you guys just try to chase those down. Okay, and we have incoming. And we are inflicting casualties. That's good. What are you guys doing here? Over there. Come here and offer your hand. Our warlords probably will break. But if we could decimate that Legionary Cavalry, it actually would be worth it. I think you can focus on that Cavalry Auxilia. Do you guys get over there as well? The Urban Cohorts are not coming back. Good. So now you can focus on the Town Watch. And perhaps we should just try to rush those archers. Once again, they are rather nasty. And I think Cavalry Auxilia is by far the more dangerous of these foes. So... yeah, okay. But since they are not willing to engage, I think we will just crush. This town watch instead. Good, they are fleeing. Take care of that. You go over there to help, and it's a victory.
The enemy are crushed like beetles beneath your heel. This is a stunning victory.
To be honest, I'm rather impressed. So, overall the unit gets 293 out of 600 from battles. The unit cost is 400, and that earns it 37 points out of 50. The 10-turn upkeep is 1300, earning it 85 points out of 150. It's tier 2 unit, so from the requirements it will get 80 points. And the building time is 1 turn, thus 100 points. Overall from requirements 302 points, and thus the total score will be 594. And I have that one question for you, what to do with kind of default upgrades for the unit. So in summary, if you require tier 5 units, it's really unlikely that you have no blacksmiths in your settlement. And I'm kind of proposing that there would be blacksmiths and temples 1 tier lower available in the settlement. So basically, if you are recruiting Urban Cohort, it would get +1/+1 for weapons and armor from blacksmith and armorsmith. And if you are playing, for example, with Brutii, it would get +3 from the awesome Temple of Mars. Of course, the other option is that it's not going to receive any upgrades unless the unit is recruited from the temple that provides upgrades. For example, that was the case with Hurlers. But yeah, that's everything for today. So thank you very much for watching. If you like the content, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Feel free to post comments, give advice, ask questions and so on. And if you want to support the channel, consider becoming a channel member, and very special thanks to existing channel members Napoleon Complex, Cossack Hussar, Mark Anthony, Blue Eye Wolf. Your support is greatly treasured. Have a great rest of the day. QualityOldGames out.